The following is a presentation of Studio Audrain, powered by the Mexico Ledger.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Saturday morning sports show from the Mexico Ledger, live from Slumberland in Mexico. I'm your host, Matt Pilger, and it's the spring break edition. As a matter of fact, a lot of spring sports are getting underway, and we want to welcome our first guest in from Van Far High School, track and field and baseball. We have a junior Garrett Hopke. Good morning.
Morning.
We also have junior Slade Keller, and good morning to you, sir.
Morning, sir.
Glad to have you both in here. We're going to start off with track and talk to you a little bit about that. Garrett, you're a distance runner. You competed at your first state track meet last year. Kind of tell us a little bit about that experience, what it taught you about racing at that kind of level.
It was a good experience. It didn't go quite how I planned. I was hoping to get a little better in last place, but this coming year I'm hoping to go back to state and at least that event, maybe another one, and hopefully I can get a medal in one of those. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Slade, you're at mid-distance pole vault. You finished 10th at state cross country. How confident are you heading into this track season, if you will?
I'm pretty confident in most things. Pole vault has been a little scrappy at practice. I've just need to rebuild the confidence I had last year to commit with the vault. And the 800, I think I'll do pretty well in it. I kind of showed myself a bit better in cross country last year and figured how to push myself to my limit through the finish line, which I didn't know how to do that last year in the 800. So I'm pretty confident that I can get my time into the 205s this year if I stay consistent with practice.
Absolutely. Garrett, you're coming off another solid cross-country season. How does that endurance translate to the 3200 this spring?
It'll definitely help with being able to have the energy to finish more than during cross-country. I didn't quite have the energy to finish, but I'm going to try to put in more miles into this track season and see if I can have it for just the 2 mile and maybe the mile too.
Yeah. Slade, you posted personal bests both in the 800 and the pole vault at conference. What kind of clicked for you late in the season there?
I just knew it was coming towards the end. I couldn't leave anything on the line, couldn't second guess anything, couldn't hold up in the 800. So it was just kind of push yourself or don't push at all. So if I didn't vault on the 800 on pole vault, it was a scratch. And then that would just set me back even farther. So I was like, if I'm going to do it, I just got to do it.
Yeah. We are talking about track season, but baseball season is getting underway for Van Far today as well, and you both play baseball. Tell us a little bit about today's game. I believe it's in New Bloomfield. Garrett, who are you guys playing this? I guess it's this afternoon, right?
Yeah, I think we play Wheatland and New Bloomfield both this afternoon. I think we start out against Wheatland at 12 and then play New Bloomfield at 2.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about going into the baseball season there, kind of your thoughts and feelings. Are you ready to get it started?
Yeah, I'm ready to break it off. We have shown some good improvement throughout practice. Our defense is definitely what's going to carry us to wins. We lost 4 of our seniors last year, which were all very significant hitters to us. We have our seniors, Gibson Condi, Gavin Gaston, Landon Flowers, Easton Sharp.
No.
We have those 4. They're pretty good roles. Gavin, he's got a cannon on him. Gibson's our ace. He's a great pitcher, great infielder. Easton's a solid second baseman. He can knock the ball down. And Landon's he's got a good arm, and he's our right fielder. He can read a ball, and he's going to help us a lot. We got 2 freshmen coming up, Tyson Sewell and Cooper Huff. They're going to be big parts for our team. Cooper's a great catcher. Tyson's a great pitcher, third baseman. And we're going to have to count on each other and pick each other up whenever we get down and just hope that we can play as a team throughout the season.
Yeah. How are you guys going to balance 2 sports, track and field and baseball together? Both of you can take that question.
Well, this year we're both doing primary track this year, but only, I think, 2 meets overlap, so we should be at every meet of both, pretty much.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, guys, I appreciate you coming out. Good luck on getting the baseball season started. Good luck on track season as well, and thanks for stopping by today.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, our first guest on the show here this morning from Van Far High School track and field, junior Garrett Hopke, also junior Slade Keller. And we want to bring in our next guest as we are keeping on the track theme. As a matter of fact, the head coach of the Van Far track team. Kris Cross is here. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And we also have Trinity Skwirtz. She is a senior mid-distance javelin. And good morning to you.
Good morning.
Glad to have you all both here. Coach, we'll start off with you. Kind of expecting strong numbers this year. 24 girls, 18 boys. How does that depth help you build competition and energy at practice?
It helps a lot, especially with the girls. We have a lot more sprinters this year we've had in past years. We also got a couple more girls out that have been nagging for a few years to came out this year. So I think it's been helped a lot with competition between the people when they're practicing and stuff. So it's been great. Yeah.
Absolutely. Trinity, you compete in both the 800 and the javelin, of course. How do you manage such different events during a meet?
I don't know. I think it's from Miss Cross just telling us to go run 2 miles at practice. So it really, I don't know. I think I have the stamina for both.
Yeah.
So just.
Absolutely. You returned state track qualifier Garrett Hopke.
Yep.
Also several athletes with postseason experience.
Yep.
How valuable is that kind of leadership, especially with maybe a younger roster?
It helps a lot. We're missing our 2 senior thrower boys today. Evan Utterback also went to state last year, and he provides a ton of leadership over in the throws, him and Jackson Fisher both, and Colt Williams. I have 3 seniors over there, and they're always willing to help out those younger kids on technique or anything they need to over there, so that really helps a lot having that over there. Trinity is always great to step in. Like we have girls came late the other day for 200 practice, and I have great girls leadership too. Like Trinity stepped in to run 3 or 4 extra 200s with them, just so they had company. Kenya Jones does a great job with the sprinters. She's a junior this year too, and she does a great job leading some of those younger ones and telling them, to work hard and stuff. And that really does help a lot. Yep.
Absolutely. We want to talk to you, Trinity, after setting personal bests last season. What kind of goals have you set for your senior year?
I definitely want to place in the 800. The 800, I don't know why I love it, but I love it. And I cannot wait for this 4x8 team because my freshman year we had a pretty decent one. And the last 2 years we just didn't have the distance people for it. And it really broke my heart.
Yeah.
But now this year I'm really excited for it.
Very nice. When does track season get underway, and when is the first meet?
We have our first meet at home on Monday, actually. Our first open, so we start there, and then we have a second meet next week, also Friday in Paris. So we have 2 meets right away this first week. So yeah, we get going right away here. So
weather-wise, how has it been the last couple of weeks with
well,
Missouri
we have
weather?
these nice hot days, you know what I mean, where everybody's dying because of the heat, and then the next day it's 30 degrees, and everybody wants to cry because it's so cold. So
Yes. Well, hopefully everything warms up just a little bit, not too much, but
I hope so too.
we want to wish you guys the best of luck on the season. Thank you all for coming out this morning.
Thank
you
you
for
very
having
much.
us.
Yep.
Right, from Van Far High School track and field head coach Kris Cross, also senior Trinity Skwirtz. And we do want to thank our sponsors this morning. Slumberland Furniture of Mexico, our studio sponsor, as a matter of fact. They've got a flash sale that's going on March 20th through the 23rd, 50% off list prices, and you can take an extra 20% off of one item. So come out, see Logan, see Andy, check that out. Other sponsors include United Credit Union of Mexico, the Weber Family of Pharmacies, Arthur Center Community Health, Mexico School District, the Van Far School District, and Community R6 School District. As we bring in our next guest here, coming on to the set, as a matter of fact, he's an All-American wrestler, and he wrestles at William Woods University. Mr. Austen Wetzel in the house, and thanks for coming out this morning,
Good
sir.
morning.
Glad to have you here. Kind of take us back to the beginning. How'd you get started in wrestling? How old were you, and where did you first step on the mat?
I first started off when I was 6. My mom got together with my stepdad, Tony Ironman, and his brother is Mike Ironman, which is one of the best coaches in the world out of Millersburg, Missouri. And ever since then, I've just wrestled with Mike and Tony.
Ironman Elite. I think that's a name that a lot of people will recognize in the wrestling world. Great coaches there for sure. A historic achievement for you as you have became the first All-American wrestler in William Woods history. Wrestling program's not that old over there. I was looking that up this morning. I think about 3 years. When did that really sink in for you, and what does it mean to represent the program in that way?
So obviously this is my first year at William Woods, and it is cool to go in there with new coaches and a roughly new program, and just showcase what William Woods is about. That we're not here just to be a part of the wrestling community. We're here to take over NAI, and that is one thing that I am doing, and the coaches. The coaches want to take over William Woods, take over NAI as a wrestling community, and that is one thing that I was able to showcase this year, and one thing I am looking forward to next year to become the first national champ in school history.
Absolutely. Let's talk about your national run. You went into national seeded 11th and knocked off the 8th, 6th, and 4th seeds. Kind of tell us, what all was clicking during that run.
I'm just trusting my coaches out there, Jaden and Mike and Tony. I trust what they do and say. And for me, seeding doesn't matter. I'm just going to go out there and wrestle. I have the one person in front of me, and that's all that matters. I think people, I wouldn't say disrespected me by putting me at 11, but that's what I kind of felt. If I'm better than you, and that's what I wanted to showcase out there.
That's what MJF says in professional wrestling.
Yeah.
But absolutely. You've never been penned in your collegiate career. That's quite an accomplishment. How much pride do you take in that, and kind of what does that say about your wrestling style and your mindset, if you will?
It just means I can go out there and try anything, try moves. I know that I won't get put to my back, and if I do, I'm going to find a way to get off. It's just a one out there. It's who's going to not give up faster, who's not going to give up, and that's all wrestling is whoever has a stronger mind, whoever has a stronger want, is going to do better. It's going to go out there and showcase more.
Yeah, 100 college wins, national appearances. You start off at Westminster, and then now William Woods. How did that time over at Westminster kind of shape you as a wrestler, if you will?
I kind of just got my feet wet in the water. We really didn't. We wrestled a lot of Missouri people, and that's a lot of D2 and AI schools. So the competition was, I would say, the same over there, but just being at Westminster first, just got my feet wet in wrestling in college.
Yeah.
And now that I'm at NAI, I'm here to win the title.
Absolutely. We'd be remiss if we didn't mention you're also academic All-American. How important is that balance between the classroom and the mat for you?
It's so important. Just keeping my mind focused on school is important, especially for later in life, because a lot of jobs aren't really looking at athletic success, but more of the academic success. And it's important that I keep my mind focused on school and wrestling at the same time.
Very nice. Well, I know you have a lot of ambitious goals.
Yep.
You've already accomplished a lot, but we
Thank
certainly
you.
Appreciate you coming here. We'd love to talk to your coach and maybe get a couple of more wrestlers on the program.
I can definitely set that up.
All right. We'll stay in touch with you.
Of course.
Austen Wetzel, thank you so much for coming out this morning.
Thank you.
All right. He is the All-American Austen Wetzel from William Woods University. And once again, we do want to thank our studio sponsor, Slumberland Furniture of Mexico. And just in case you don't believe me, I've got the flyer to prove it. The flash sale going on March 20th through the 23rd, 50% off of list prices. So you want to check that out. And you can even take an extra 20% off of one item. So that is something that you'll want to get out here and check out for sure. Other sponsors include the United Credit Union of Mexico, also Weber Family of Pharmacies, Arthur Center Community Health, Mexico School District, the Van Far School District, and the Community R6 School District. And well, we're going to cheer things up here on the Saturday morning sports show. As a matter of fact, some cheerleaders, some dancers making their way across here as everybody comes onto the set. Charlie Clovis is in the house, Adeline Arnett, Lennox Elder from All-Star Cheer Flight, All-Star Dance Tailfeathers, Eagle Elite Columbia, and as a matter of fact, Isa Clovis is here as well. Good morning, ladies. Thanks for getting up. Are you awake this morning?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. You didn't stay up too late last night, I hope. You can tell me. It's okay. Okay.
I stayed up until midnight.
At midnight. That's well past my bedtime. You guys are headed to the All-Star Worlds Championships in Orlando, Florida.
Yep.
Let's talk a little bit about that. What was your first reaction whenever you found out when you were going to this competition? And we'll start off with you.
So, there's like we just usually go there if we get a bid, so it wasn't like very like shocked. It was like, yay, we got a bid.
Yeah.
Like,
You knew you were good. You knew you were talented.
Yeah.
You worked hard at it, and it was not a surprise.
well, I didn't technically get a bid, but we're still going.
Okay.
They got a bid.
Well, very nice. Isa, let's talk to you a little bit about cheering. How long have you been cheering, and what do you like most about it?
3 years. I like cheering because like all teamwork and we solely depend on each other.
Charlie, what's your favorite thing about cheering and dancing, if you will?
Okay, cheering is like fun because it's like sometimes like it's really fun when you hit your routine, because then your coaches won't be mad at you. And then for dance, it's just really fun to do because I really like dancing.
Very nice. Lennox, for you?
I really like dance because like it's just really fun to dance and like I just love it. And for cheer, I like jumps and like tumbling. So like
Nice.
that's all.
Adeline, you came all the way from Boonville this morning. You had to get up early. What do you like best about cheering and dancing?
That we just all have fun.
You all have
no
fun.
matter what.
So what's the practice schedule look like as you guys are getting ready to go to Orlando, Florida? Are you at it almost every night practicing, or is it a
Well-
once a week thing?
It's like
It's 2 times a week for a normal practice, but for dance, including
Like
dance,
once.
3.
Yeah.
It's 3. But and we for dance it's including 3 for dance.
oh yeah.
And then we go to mandatory sometimes, and then I usually stay for a class, so like it's a long time.
Very nice. Are we going to be able to watch this competition online, or? Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be able
Yeah.
to. Okay. Do you know where we can watch this at? Does anybody know?
It's like
what?
isn't it 3D official? 3D official.
All right. Well, we're going to get that information out there. I was hoping that you guys might do a cheer for us this morning. Is that a possibility?
A cheer.
I'm back at home. I'm back in
You're out of this
sure.
one, Issa? Okay. Girls, come out in front of the table here
You can't show
and show us a cheer. And Jeremy's going to man the camera back here. So come on out front
We have
here.
enough to make an actual
Show us a
show.
cheer real quick, if you will.
Okay, I'm taking off this.
You're taking off the sash.
Well, I
Okay.
can show. I don't think I'm gonna do like.
I might borrow that champion sash later.
Should we do?
No, I can't. Okay. Okay.
No, I think we should do toe touches. Toe touches? Okay.
Okay.
You want to do 1 or 2?
Go for it.
Okay, one
Now
more.
I'm mad at toe touches, so I'm not doing
You're not doing this. Okay.
That's how Janet. That's how we warm up. That's how Janet looks. Okay, wait. Okay, ready? Let's spread apart. Let's go. Ready? 5. Do you want to go on 1?
Yeah.
What? Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Very nice, girls. Listen, we want to wish you all the best of luck, and we appreciate you all coming out here this morning. Issa, it looks like you might need a nap, so we're going to let you get back at it. And thank you all so much for coming out this morning.
Okay.
Okay, very nice. Our cheerleaders headed to the national competition. Charlie Clovis, Adeline Arnett, Lennox Elder, All-Star Cheer, and also Issa Clovis this morning. So big thanks to them. Once again, our studio sponsors, as we thank them, Slumberland Furniture of Mexico, flash sale March 20th through the 23rd. 50% off, as a matter of fact, and an extra 20% off an online or one item, and you get half off full delivery. So take advantage of that. Slumberland, other sponsors: the Mexico School District, Arthur Center Community Health, Weber Family of Pharmacies, Community R6 School District, and the Vanfar School District, as we bring in the head coach of the Mexico High School football team, Coach Steve Haag. And thanks for coming out this morning,
Well,
sir.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, big news this week, as a matter of fact, as Mexico is joining the Midland Empire Conference. Kind of tell us a little bit about your thoughts on that. I know you spoke at the school board meeting about it. What are your thoughts joining the Midland Empire Conference?
Well, I think I think you got to go back. I think you saw some cracks in the NCMC and with Fulton leaving, and it kind of put us on a course that we needed to try to either fix the NCMC or find somewhere else to go. And I know it's, the one thing is the travel. I think we all, we look at the West over in St. Joe and Maryville and stuff. But I think something we probably need to get out there is they always say, well, why didn't you do this or why didn't you do that? Well, over the past 2 years, we've been doing this and we've been doing that. And Dr. Lentz has done a great job, talking to us, and we've been throwing out ideas. And he does. He's had meetings and we've talked to people and we've tried to do what's best and see if we could get something going here in the center part and not make travel and do it with teams around here, and just didn't work out. And so then I guess would be about a month ago we get this invitation that they're interested in us for. Of course, Kirksville, Marshall, Moberly, and us, and
even Chillicothe.
Yeah,
right?
Chillicothe. Well, Chillicothe's already in it, and so then they had some teams drop out. St. Pius got out, and then St. Joe was going to 2 high schools. They were 3. Now Lafayette's going to be. They're going to split those, I guess, between Central and Benton over there. So they had went down in a conference, and so they had interest in making an East and West. And so, of course, I think it was Marshall and Kirksville probably jumped on it pretty quick, and then Moberly voted for it, and then, of course, the other night we voted for it, and then, I think it's April 9th that they make a decision of full invitation, and then everybody will probably get into a room and decide how it's going to play out. But I think there's probably 2 sides to it. Number one, we got to be excited for the kids. We get a schedule that has some set dates on it that we get to play in a conference. We get to have conference teams that they get to be recognized on. And so that's something that, it's always fun to play for a conference title. It's always fun to get recognized within a conference. But then again, there's some things we got to take care of. The travel's the big thing, and hopefully, we can do some things and be creative where we can, limit some of that travel or not make it as going back and forth maybe week after week. We can put it, it'll be less painful. And football's a little bit different, as we talked about the other night, in that every team in the state is looking for a game on Friday night at 7:00.
Right.
Because the state really tells you, here's where you can play. In other sports, you can do stuff like say, let's play on this Saturday, or we can play Friday night and play Saturday night. You can't do that in football, and so that's one of the things that makes it really hard within football. But this will help us kind of get out of that independent state, and we don't know yet, we'll have 7 or 8 guaranteed games, and fill the other 2 with what we feel are our rival games, and I don't know really the date that I've heard 28 will be the first year of that. We just really don't know, but we'll just see, and just kind of excited to probably hear what they want to do, and I'm sure down the road we'll be asked our opinions or what should happen. But I trust Brandon will do a good job for us, and Dr. Lentz, and so it'll just be an exciting time to get to play some different teams.
Yeah, you talked a little bit about the rivalry games that you'll fill in there. I know a lot of people are asking what happens to that 54 Bowl with Fulton. Is that still a plan to keep that on the schedule? What are you hearing about that?
Well, it's our plan now. I think that's the biggest thing. When will our open dates be? I know the Tri-County is, I believe, weeks 1 and 2. Right now we've got Fulton at week 2. So right now it's still there. Well, I would say the Midland would probably keep weeks 1 and 2 open. So you have that opportunity either weeks 1 or 2. We really like our game with Centralia.
Yeah.
One of the things that a local game does bring is the fans. And it's fun to have that rivalry about 13 miles away. And it's one of those things you kind of worry about as you do travel to faraway games, is not bringing as many fans. And it's always exciting when you do have a lot of fans there cheering you on. And we want to make sure that, moms, dads, grandparents have an opportunity to see those kids play in their sports while they're in high school.
Yeah, you're kind of wondering about, the first few seasons in the Midland Empire Conference. what will success look like for you in your program in the conference?
Well, I think you first have to kind of look at the East teams, which would be the old NCMC with Chillicothe. You probably want to come out of there and you always compete with those. And, it's kind of back and forth with them. And, you just want to build to first, defeat those East teams. And then as you go West, you want to have a good showing. And we know Savannah has been historically a good program in the last few years, Maryville as well. Success, had a couple state titles there about 10 years ago. And so I think St. Joe will probably get bigger and better just because you're going to combine those. So, I think, define success as, hopefully we can continue to build, these football players and hopefully get more kids out. And, of course, success is going to be with wins. And, we want to, we've competed in NCMC and, at times and been close with Hannibal. And, I don't think any of these teams we're going to play are as good as Hannibal. And so, we think that, we think we can compete. And, but we know that now there's probably going to be a couple of tougher teams in there, especially after some have got out the NCMC. And so, just week after week might just be a little bit tougher. But that's okay. Competition, hopefully, helps us and helps us get prepared and kids know that. And so we'll see.
Yeah, next year's schedule already made out, won't be impacted next year. But you said about the 28 season, we might, that's the plan is to start scheduling those MEC games.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Misha redefines districts every year, so you don't know what you're playing district-wise every year. But sometime way back, there's always been a home and away with your schedule, so it's always a 2-year schedule. So that when we play we're playing Bowling Green this next year. So 1 year, of course, is home, one's away. So they set a 2-year schedule. And there's just some legality behind it, and there's some money that has to be spent if you're going to get out of that contract. And so if you're going to ask us to break that contract and go into, say next year we'd be in the Midland Empire, it'd be a lot of money for not just us, but all the 4 schools that are going to be joining. And I know they probably have contracts as well over there on who they're playing. So there's always something there. So hopefully, they could make a decision and go in, play this year and go out the next year. But it would be hard probably to fill. I don't think it'd be hard to fill weeks 1 and 2, but it just probably wouldn't be. I don't know if it'd be the sporting thing to do to bail out on people on your schedule, like a Hannibal or Rolla, who are going to play, or Bowling Green. And so you want to make sure that you are a good program. You don't want to be known as one of those that just bails out on people.
Absolutely. Well, hey, we appreciate the update. Want to wish you the best of luck in the new conference. A couple of news and notes before we do end the show here. Mizzou basketball done losing last night in St. Louis. As a matter of fact, got a big hole in the first half and unable to dig out of that. But SLU, they're still dancing, and they look really good. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Oh, yeah. Man, you got to root for that guy for sure. They're taking on number 1 seeded Michigan. That's this morning. Check that out. Claire Hudson, Mexico high school alum, and her Kirkwood girls playing for a championship today. Wish them the best of luck. Mexico baseball lost their first game in the tournament yesterday at Branson, but then they came back and they beat Lebanon 12-3. And Brady Fox dominant on the mound, so good luck to them. And it's been another great sports show. Head coach Steve Haag here from Mexico High School. Thank our sponsors again, Slumberland Furniture, the 50% off list prices, the flash sale, if you will. Check that out. Also, Mexico School District, Arthur Center Community Health, Weber Family of Pharmacies, the Community R6 School District, and, of course, the Van Far School District. That's going to do it for another edition of the Mexico Ledger Saturday Morning Sports Show. For our producer, Jeremy Jacob, I'm Matt Pilger, and we'll see you next Saturday morning.